The Awakening. It was just another boring Tuesday at the Global Space Center. Bob, the night shift guy, was half asleep at his desk. His job was to watch for any weird signals from space. Most nights, nothing happened. But tonight was different. Suddenly, Bob's computer started beeping like crazy. He jumped up, spilling his coffee all over his pants. "What the heck?" he muttered, wiping his legs. On the screen, he saw something he'd never seen before. A strange signal, coming from deep space. It wasn't random noise. It had a pattern. Bob's hands shook as he hit the big red button on the wall. Alarms went off all over the building. Within minutes, the room was full of scientists in pajamas and messy hair. Dr. Sarah, the head scientist, pushed through the crowd. "This better be good, Bob," she grumbled. But when she saw the screen, her eyes went wide. "Oh my God," she whispered. For hours, they worked to decode the signal. As the sun came up, they finally cracked it. It was a message. From aliens. Dr. Sarah called the president. The president called other world leaders. Soon, the whole planet was buzzing with the news. We are not alone. The message was simple. Greetings, Earth. We are the Galactic Council. We come in peace. People all over the world freaked out. Some were excited. Some were scared. News channels couldn't talk about anything else. A week later, another message came. We wish to meet. Prepare your leaders. The United Nations had emergency meetings. They picked a team to meet the aliens. It included top scientists, diplomats, and even a few regular folks. As the team got ready for the meeting, more messages came from the Galactic Council. They seemed friendly, but also surprised. Your advancement is unexpected, one message said. How did you progress so quickly? The human team was confused. Quickly. We've been working on space tech for decades, said one scientist. But to the aliens, Earth's progress was lightning fast. They had been watching Earth for thousands of years. In alien time, humans went from cavemen to space explorers in the blink of an eye. The day of the meeting came. The human team stood nervously on a field, waiting. Suddenly, the sky lit up. A massive ship appeared out of nowhere. It was huge, like a floating city. It hovered silently above the field. A beam of light shot down, and figures started to appear. The aliens looked weird. Some had too many arms. Some had no arms at all. One looked like a talking tree. Another was just a cloud of gas with eyes. The leader stepped forward. It looked almost human, but with blue skin and huge eyes. Welcome, it said in perfect English. We are the Galactic Council. The human leader, a tough old lady named President Chen, stepped up. On behalf of Earth, we welcome you, she said, trying not to show how freaked out she was. The alien smiled. We have much to discuss, it said. Your people have grown far faster than any species we've seen. It's impressive and concerning. President Chen raised an eyebrow. Concerning? Why? The alien's smile faded a bit. Because, dear humans, power without wisdom can be dangerous. And you have become very powerful, very quickly. A chill went down everyone's spine. This first meeting was friendly, but they could feel the tension underneath. As the talks went on, one thing became clear. Humanity's story in the stars was just beginning, and it was going to be one wild ride. First contact. The big day had come. Earth's team was on their way to meet the Galactic Council. They rode in a shiny new spaceship, a gift from the aliens. It was so fast, it made Earth's best rockets look like toy cars. Captain Maria led the team. She was a tough space pilot with nerves of steel, but even she felt butterflies in her stomach as they neared the Council's space station. The station was huge. It looked like a giant metal flower floating in space. Ships of all shapes and sizes buzzed around it like bees. As they got closer, Maria whispered, "Holy cow." The others just nodded, too amazed to speak. A blue light wrapped around their ship. It pulled them gently into a big hangar. With a soft thud, They landed. The team looked at each other. This was it. Captain Maria took a deep breath. Okay, folks, let's go meet the neighbors. As they stepped out, they saw aliens everywhere. Some looked almost human. Others were so weird, the team couldn't even guess which part was the head. A tall, skinny alien with 4 arms came up to them. "Welcome, humans," it said in a musical voice. "I am Zix, your guide." Zix led them through busy halls. Aliens of all types walked, slithered, or floated by. Some gave the humans curious looks. Others seemed scared and hurried away. They reached a big door. Zix turned to them. "The council awaits. Are you ready?" Captain Maria nodded. "As ready as we'll ever be." The doors opened. Inside was a huge round room. Beings from 100 worlds sat in tiered seats. At the center was a raised platform with 5 chairs. The 5 head council members stood as the humans entered. One looked like a giant caterpillar. Another was made of living crystal. The middle one, clearly the leader, looked almost human but with silver skin. The silver alien spoke. "Welcome, children of Earth. I am High Counselor Axthar. We have much to discuss." For hours, they talked. The council asked about Earth's history, culture, and technology. They seemed amazed at how fast humans had advanced. "In just a few thousand years," Axthar said, "you've gone from stone tools to space travel. It's unprecedented." Dr. Lee, Earth's top scientist, spoke up. "We're curious too. How long have you been watching us?" The council members looked at each other. The crystal alien answered, "We discovered your world 100,000 years ago. You were still living in caves." The humans were shocked. Dr. Lee sputtered, "But why didn't you contact us sooner?" Axthar sighed. "It is our policy to wait until a species reaches a certain level of advancement. Usually, it takes millions of years. You got there in an eye blink." Captain Maria felt uneasy. "Is that a problem?" The caterpillar alien wriggled nervously. "It could be. Power without wisdom can be dangerous. And you have grown very powerful, very quickly." The mood in the room changed. The humans felt like they were being scolded by strict teachers. But then the crystal alien chimed in. "However, we also see great potential in your people. Your adaptability and creativity are remarkable." Axthar nodded. "Yes, that is why we have decided to offer Earth membership in the Galactic community. But there will be conditions." The humans listened as Axthar laid out the rules. Earth could trade with other worlds. They could learn new tech, but they had to promise not to use their new knowledge for war. Captain Maria thought it over. It seemed fair, but she also felt like the council was a bit afraid of humans, like they were trying to keep Earth on a leash. After more talk, both sides agreed. Earth would join the Galactic community on a trial basis. As they left the council chamber, the team felt excited, but also worried. They were opening a door to a huge new world. But would Earth be ready for it? On the ride home, Dr. Lee summed it up. "Well, folks, the good news is we're not alone. The bad news is we're not alone." Captain Maria nodded. "Yep, and something tells me this is just the beginning of a very interesting time for Earth." As their ship sped back to Earth, none of them could have guessed just how right she was. The real adventure was just starting. The Golden Age. 10 years had passed since Earth joined the Galactic community. And boy, what a ride it had been. Earth had changed so much, it was hard to believe. Cities now had flying cars zooming between skyscrapers that touched the clouds. Robots walked the streets, doing jobs humans used to do. But the biggest changes were in space. Earth now had colonies on Mars, the Moon, and even some of Jupiter's moons. Space stations floated everywhere, like shiny bubbles in the sky. Lina, a young engineer, stood on one of these stations, looking out at Earth. She smiled, remembering how excited she'd been as a kid when aliens first showed up. Now, working with aliens was just her normal job. She turned to her coworker, a blob-like alien named Gloop. Ready to test the new warp drive, buddy? Gloop wiggled happily. Ready. This new human design is crazy. If it works, it'll be fastest in galaxy. That was the thing about humans. They kept surprising the aliens with new ideas. Humans mixed alien tech with their own crazy thoughts, making stuff no one had seen before. Down on Earth, in a busy market in New Delhi, Ali was showing off his new gadget to a crowd. Check this out, folks. It's a universal translator, but way better than the alien ones. He put the small device in his ear and started speaking. His words came out in 10 different alien languages at once. The crowd cheered. An alien with 3 eyes blinked in surprise. How you make this? Our translators only do 1 language at a time. Ali grinned. That's the human touch, my friend. We like to push things a bit further. This scene was playing out all over Earth and its colonies. Humans were taking alien tech and making it better, faster, cooler. In schools, kids were learning about alien cultures like they used to learn about other countries. Little Samantha raised her hand in class. Teacher, is it true that the Zorlacs have 5 genders? The teacher, Mr. Johnson, nodded. Yes, and isn't that fascinating? It shows us how diverse life can be in the universe. But it wasn't just Earth changing. Humans were making waves all over the galaxy. On a far-off planet, a group of aliens watched a video of a human dance competition. They tried to copy the moves, laughing as they tripped over their tentacles. In the Galactic University, human students were topping their classes. Professor Xylith, a tree-like alien, shook her branches in wonder. In just 10 years, humans have learned what takes other species centuries. Human food became a big hit across the galaxy. Alien chefs tried to copy pizza and tacos, often with hilarious results. One alien got rich selling authentic Earth water to other worlds. Human music spread like wildfire. Alien nightclubs played Earth tunes, and young aliens tried to dance like humans. Some even started human-style bands. But it wasn't all fun and games. Humans were also solving big problems. A team led by Dr. Ananya Patel found a cure for a disease that had plagued the Friction species for millennia. The Frictions were so grateful, they made her an honorary citizen of their world. Captain Jack Hudson and his crew became galactic heroes when they saved a space station from a deadly asteroid, using some crazy piloting skills no one had seen before. Humans were even helping solve political problems. Sarah Chen, a diplomat, helped stop a war between 2 alien races that had been fighting for centuries. She did it by suggesting they trade desserts instead of insults. It worked. But not everyone was happy about humanity's fast rise. Some alien races started to get nervous. Humans were learning too fast, changing too much. In a secret meeting, a group of worried alien leaders gathered. One slammed his tentacle on the table. Humans are upsetting the balance. They're advancing too quickly. Another nodded her eye stalks. Yes, they've done in 10 years what took us millennia. It's unsettling. A third sighed. Perhaps the Galactic Council was too hasty in welcoming them. We may need to slow them down. But for now, these were just whispers. On Earth and across human colonies, people were too busy enjoying their new golden age to notice the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. As Lina and Gloop fired up their new warp drive, making the stars blur around them, neither of them could have guessed that this golden age might be shining a bit too bright for some in the galaxy. Rising tensions. 20 years had passed since humans joined the galactic community. Earth was booming, but not everyone in the galaxy was happy about it. On the busy planet Zorg, an alien news anchor was giving the latest update. Humans have done it again. They've invented a new energy source that's cheaper and cleaner than anything we've seen. The anchor's partner grumbled. Great. Another human miracle. What can't they do? This scene was playing out across the galaxy. Humans were everywhere, changing everything. Some aliens loved it. Others, not so much. In the grand halls of the Galactic Council, things were getting heated. Counselor Blixorb, a slug-like alien, was yelling. Humans are taking over. They're in our schools, our businesses, even our entertainment. High Counselor Axthar tried to calm things down. Now, humans have brought many benefits to the galaxy. Their innovations have helped many worlds. But Blixor wasn't having it. At what cost? Our cultures are being erased. Soon, the whole galaxy will just be Earth 2.0. Meanwhile, on a human colony on Mars, things were tense for a different reason. A group of aliens had shown up to protest. They held signs saying, "Humans go home," and "Galaxy for Galactics." Colony Mayor Sarah Chen tried to talk to them. "Please, we can work this out. We're all part of the same community." An alien with too many eyes glared at her. "Community? You humans are like a virus, spreading everywhere." Back on Earth, in the Global Space Center, Admiral Jack Torres was worried. He looked at the reports coming in from across the galaxy. More and more aliens were getting angry at humans. "We need to do something," he told his team. "If this keeps up, we could have a real problem on our hands." But what could they do? Humans were just being human. Curious, inventive, always pushing boundaries. It's what made them special. In a small diner on a space station, human mechanic Bob was having lunch with his alien buddy, Zork. Bob noticed Zork seemed down. "What's up, pal? You look like you lost your favorite wrench." Zork sighed. "Bob, you're my friend. But don't you think humans are moving too fast? It's scary for some of us." Bob was surprised. "Scary? We're just trying to make things better for everyone." Zork shook his head. "I know, but some aliens feel like they're being left behind, like they don't matter anymore." This conversation was happening all over the galaxy. Humans were confused. They thought they were helping, but many aliens felt threatened. On the alien world of Krylax, things got ugly. A human-owned shop was attacked. Windows were smashed. A message was painted on the wall. "Humans not welcome." The news spread fast. Humans were shocked. Aliens were divided. Some condemned the attack. Others secretly cheered. In the Galactic University, things were changing too. Some alien students started avoiding humans. Human professor Emily Wong noticed her class getting smaller. She asked an alien student why. The student looked nervous. "Some of us feel intimidated by humans. You learn so fast. It makes us feel stupid." Emily was heartbroken. "That's not our intention at all. We just want to learn and grow, like everyone else." But the damage was done. A gap was growing between humans and aliens. Trust was breaking down. In secret labs on some alien worlds, scientists started working on new weapons, just in case, they said, but everyone knew who these weapons were meant for. Humans noticed the change. They started being more careful, less open. Some even talked about leaving the galactic community and going it alone. On Earth, governments began to worry. They increased security. Some planets started refusing to trade with Earth. Others put strict limits on human visitors. In a high-level meeting, Earth leaders discussed the problem. President Chen looked grim. "We need to find a way to calm things down. If we don't, this could lead to something very bad." Admiral Torres nodded. "I agree. But how do we do that without giving up everything we've worked for?" No one had a good answer. The tension kept building. It was like a pot of water on a stove, getting hotter and hotter. Everyone could feel it was close to boiling over. As night fell on Earth, people looked up at the stars. Those twinkling lights used to mean hope and adventure. Now, they seemed cold and unfriendly. The galaxy that had welcomed humans with open arms was starting to close its doors. The Golden Age was ending. A storm was coming, and no one knew how to stop it. The breaking point. The day everything changed started like any other. Dr. Samantha Lee walked into her lab on the moon, yawning. She had no idea she was about to turn the galaxy upside down. "Morning, ZX9," she said to her robot assistant. "Let's check on Project Stardust." Project Stardust was top secret. Only a handful of humans knew about it. They were trying to make a new kind of energy, something that could power whole planets. As Sam looked at the data, her eyes went wide. "Holy cow," she whispered. "We did it." Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council chambers, things were tense. Counselor Blixorp was at it again. "Humans are a menace. They're taking over everything." High Counselor Axthar sighed. "Blixorp, we've been over this. Humans have brought many benefits too." Suddenly, an aide rushed in. "Urgent news. The humans, they've done something big." Back on the moon, Sam was explaining her discovery to Earth's leaders. "It's called Omega Energy. It can power a whole planet for years with just a tiny amount." President Chen's hologram looked amazed. "That's incredible. This could solve energy problems across the galaxy." But Admiral Torres looked worried. "It could also be a powerful weapon in the wrong hands." Sam nodded. "That's why we kept it secret. But now that it works, what do we do?" President Chen fought hard. "We share it. Show the galaxy we're here to help." Little did they know, the news was already spreading. Someone had leaked it. On planet Zorg, aliens were panicking. "Humans have godlike power now. We're doomed. They'll take over everything." The Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Every alien race sent representatives. The room was chaos. High Counselor Axthar banged his gavel. "Order. We must discuss this calmly." But calm was in short supply. Counselor Blixorp was foaming at the mouth. "See, I told you. Humans are too dangerous. We must stop them now." Other counselors joined in. Restrict their research. Limit their space travel. Shut down their colonies. A few voices tried to be reasonable. But think of the benefits. This energy could help so many worlds. It didn't matter. Fear was winning. On Earth, humans watched the council debate on live TV. They were shocked. Sam felt sick. "This isn't what I wanted," she told her robot. "I was trying to help." President Chen called an emergency meeting of Earth's leaders. "The council is voting to put limits on us. Heavy limits. What do we do?" Some wanted to give in. "Maybe we have been moving too fast." Others were angry. "No way. We've done nothing wrong." Admiral Torres spoke up. "If we back down now, we'll always be under their thumb. We need to stand our ground." President Chen nodded. "I agree. We've earned our place in the galaxy. We won't be treated like children." She sent a message to the council. "Earth will not accept any restrictions on our progress. We are willing to share Omega energy with all, but we will not be limited." The message hit the council like a bomb. Axthar tried to calm things down. "Please, let's be reasonable. We can find a compromise." But it was too late. Blixorp and his allies had the votes. "Enough. If humans won't accept limits, they leave us no choice. I move to expel Earth from the galactic community." The vote was close, but in the end, fear won. Earth was out. As the news spread, chaos erupted. On some worlds, humans were attacked. Ships were turned away from alien ports. Trade stopped. On Earth, people were in shock. How could this happen? We were trying to help. But shock quickly turned to anger. "Fine. We don't need them. We'll go our own way." President Chen tried to calm people down. "This is a setback, but not the end. We'll prove ourselves to the galaxy, with or without their approval." In her lab on the moon, Sam looked out at the stars. They seemed colder now, more distant. "What have I done?" she whispered. Her robot patted her hand. "You made discovery. Not your fault others afraid." Sam nodded. "Thanks, ZX9. I just hope this doesn't lead to something worse." Little did she know, on planets across the galaxy, armies were mobilizing. Ships were being armed. The Galactic Council had made its decision. But Earth wasn't going to just roll over. As Admiral Torres told his fleet, prepare for anything. The galaxy's about to learn that picking a fight with humans is a very bad idea. The breaking point had been reached. What came next would change the course of galactic history forever. Declaration of war. The galaxy held its breath. It had been a month since Earth was kicked out of the galactic community. Everyone was waiting to see what would happen next. On Earth, things were tense. People were angry, scared, and confused. But they were also determined. Humans had faced tough times before. They'd get through this too. In her office on the moon, Dr. Samantha Lee was working harder than ever. We'll show them, she muttered, looking at her Omega energy plans. We'll make it even better. Meanwhile, on the alien world Xerax, things were about to explode. A human trade ship had been stuck in orbit for weeks. The aliens wouldn't let them land or leave. Captain Jake Miller was fed up. This is ridiculous, he told his crew. We're running out of food and fuel. We're going in. As the ship entered the atmosphere, Xeraxian defense forces scrambled. Halt! You are not authorized to land. Jake ignored them. We've got families to feed. We're not leaving without our cargo. Suddenly, a Xeraxian ship fired a warning shot. It missed the human ship by inches. Jake's co-pilot, Sarah, looked at him with wide eyes. They're shooting at us. Jake gritted his teeth. Hang on. We're going in hot. What happened next would change everything. The human ship dodged and weaved, showing off piloting skills the Xeraxians had never seen. They landed safely, but the damage was done. News of the attack spread across the galaxy like wildfire. It didn't matter that the humans hadn't fired a single shot. Fear and anger twisted the story. In the Galactic Council chambers, Counselor Blixor was having a field day. See, the humans are violent savages. They attacked poor, defenseless Xerax. Even the calmer counselors were worried now. High Counselor Axthar tried to keep the peace, but it was no use. Blixor called for a vote. We must act now, before it's too late. I move that we declare war on humanity. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Some were all for it. Others were horrified. War? Isn't that too extreme? But fear was a powerful thing. The vote was cast. It was close, but in the end, war won. High Counselor Axthar looked sick as he made the announcement. By vote of the council, a state of war now exists between the galactic community and Earth. The news hit Earth like a thunderbolt. People couldn't believe it. War? With the whole galaxy? Are they crazy? President Chen called an emergency meeting. World leaders gathered in a secret bunker deep underground. Admiral Torres gave them the rundown. It's not good. We're outnumbered and outgunned. The aliens have tech we've never even seen. The room was silent. Then a voice spoke up. It was Dr. Lee. But we have something they don't. We have Omega energy. And we have human creativity. President Chen nodded. Sounds right. We may be down, but we're not out. Humanity has faced impossible odds before. We'll do it again. She stood up, looking at each leader in the eye. I won't lie. This will be the fight of our lives. But we will not go quietly. We will show the galaxy what humans are made of. The room erupted in cheers. It was a moment that would go down in history. As the leaders planned Earth's defense, something amazing was happening. People all over the world were coming together. Old enemies became allies. Everyone knew they had to stand united or fall. In factories, workers raced to build new ships and weapons. In labs, scientists worked around the clock to advance human tech. Even kids were helping, coming up with wild ideas that just might work. On the moon, Sam looked at her team. Okay, folks, we need to weaponize Omega energy. I know we didn't want to, but we have no choice now. Her assistant, ZX9, beat sadly. War bad. Why aliens no listen? Sam patted its metal head. I don't know, ZX, but we'll show them they picked the wrong species to mess with. In space, the first battles were already starting. Human colonies were under attack. But the aliens got a big surprise. Humans fought like nothing they'd ever seen. A small human fleet took on a huge alien armada. The aliens thought it would be an easy win. They were wrong. Human ships danced between laser blasts. They pulled off maneuvers the aliens thought were impossible. And when they fired back, the aliens didn't know what hit them. As news of the first human victory spread, the galaxy was in shock. This wasn't going to be the easy war they expected. On Earth, people cheered. But President Chen and Admiral Torres knew this was just the beginning. The real fight was yet to come. As the sun set on the first day of the war, millions of people looked up at the stars. Those distant lights that once promised friendship now meant danger, but humans weren't afraid. They were ready to fight, ready to prove that humanity deserved its place among the stars. The war had begun, and the galaxy was about to learn a very important lesson. Never underestimate humans. Humanity's stand. The war had been raging for 6 months. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. At first, everyone thought humans would be crushed in days. Boy, were they wrong. On the floating shipyards of Mars, Captain Sarah Chen looked at her new ship with pride. "She's beautiful," she whispered. Her alien engineer, Zork, nodded. Humans make crazy ships, but crazy good. The ship was like nothing the galaxy had seen. It was small, fast, and packed with surprises, just like humanity's whole war effort. Meanwhile, in a secret lab on Earth, Dr. Sam Lee was putting the final touches on her latest invention. "This is it," she told her team. "Our secret weapon." It was a tiny device, no bigger than a coin, but it could change the course of the war. Out in space, the fighting was fierce. Alien armadas thought they had the upper hand, until they met Admiral Torres and his fleet. "Remember, people," Torres told his crews, "we're fighting for Earth, for humanity. Let's show them what we're made of." The battle that followed would go down in history. Human ships zipped between massive alien cruisers. They moved in ways the aliens thought were impossible. One alien commander watched in awe. How do they fly like that?" His second-in-command shook his head. "They're not flying, sir. They're dancing." But it wasn't just fancy flying. Humans had tricks up their sleeves. Tricks powered by Omega energy. Suddenly, human ships just vanished. They popped up behind the alien fleet, guns blazing. The aliens were stunned. This wasn't in any of their battle plans. Back on Earth, in the underground war room, President Chen watched the battle unfold. She turned to her advisors. "It's time. Launch Operation Mindblower." Across the galaxy, on every screen, human faces appeared. They started talking in every alien language. "People of the galaxy, hear us," they said. "We don't want this war. We never did. We only wanted to be friends, to share our discoveries." Alien citizens watched, confused. This wasn't the vicious enemy they'd been told about. The humans continued. "We invite any alien who wants peace to come to Earth. See for yourselves who we really are." It was a bold move. Many thought it was crazy, but it worked. Curious aliens started showing up on Earth. They were surprised by what they found. On a sunny day in New York, an alien family walked down the street. They were nervous at first, but then a human kid offered them an ice cream cone. "Try it," the kid said with a smile. "It's the best thing in the universe." The alien kid tasted it, then grinned with all 4 of his mouths. Yum. Soon, the alien family was laughing with their new human friends. This happened all over Earth. But not everyone was happy about this. In the Galactic Council, Blixorp was furious. "It's a trick," he yelled. "Humans are fooling you all." But fewer and fewer aliens were listening to him. They were too busy watching videos of humans helping alien refugees, sharing their food and homes. The tide of the war was turning, not through battles, but through understanding. Then came the big day. Dr. Sam Lee revealed her secret weapon to the galaxy. It wasn't a bomb or a gun. It was a universal translator, way better than anything the aliens had. With this, Sam said, anyone can talk to anyone. No more misunderstandings. No more fear of the unknown. The galaxy was amazed. This was the kind of thing they'd been afraid humans would make. But instead of using it for war, humans were giving it away. In a historic moment, President Chen addressed the Galactic Council. Thanks to Sam's translator, every alien heard her in their own language. We never wanted war, she said. We only wanted to be part of this amazing galactic family. We humans may seem strange to you. We move fast. We try crazy things. But everything we do to help, to explore, to grow. Just like you. The council chamber was silent. Then, one by one, alien representatives stood up. They'd seen enough. They wanted peace. Blixorp tried to object, but nobody was listening. The war was over. As the peace treaty was signed, humans and aliens cheered together. It wasn't just the end of a war. It was the start of a new age. Admiral Torres watched it all from his ship. Well, I'll be damned, he said with a smile. We won by making friends. On Earth, humans looked up at the stars again. But this time, they didn't see danger. They saw a whole universe of new possibilities, new friends, new adventures. Humanity had taken its stand, not with guns or ships, but with courage, creativity, and an open hand of friendship. They had earned their place among the stars. As night fell on Earth, a little alien kid asked his new human friend, "What do we do now?" The human kid grinned. Now we explore the universe together, and maybe get some more ice cream." Both kids laughed, looking up at the starry sky. The future was bright, and it belonged to all of them.